All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Tuesday, May 1st. Wow, what's going on? I'm looking at the calendar going, we don't have any tastings this week. Well, you know, we're getting ready. We got some big events coming up later on the month of May. One of our biggest charity events that we do, the Taste of the Nation, Share Our Strengths, Taste of the Nation, Broward. About 50 restaurants participating in that, 50 different wines, all going to feed hungry people right here in South Florida. So put that date on the save the date on your calendar. It's going to be a fantastic event. Hey, but we've got to get through our Tuscan tasting next week at Cafe Max on Wednesday night, which already got like 30 reservations for that. Going to be crazy. And then our 2007 Brunello di Montalcino tasting Friday, May 11th here at the store. The first opportunity for you, our wine drinking people, to taste these great 2007 vintage wines from Montalcino. Check it out along with everything else we've got on our calendar events. We'll have some other things popping up, I promise you, throughout the month of May. So our offering today, we have got one of the landmark producers of Sonoma County, Chalk Hill Winery, and Fred Firth bought this property in 1973 as a little getaway for his legal practice, you know, stressful jobs these lawyers have, and a lot of these wineries got started by doctors and lawyers in California as kind of a retirement proposition, you know, this was one of the most difficult terrains to farm in Sonoma, and Stonehenge would have had a field day here. So it took them a while to clear this vineyard and to plant it, but the first wine started coming out of this wine in the late 70s, early 80s, and they were called Donna and Maria because that was his mother's and his wife's name, and you know, not a good thing to name a winery after your wife, just in case things go bad. And well, Chalk Hill was the second label, and I guess they figured when things did go bad, well, we can switch that right over to the first really quick. 1986 was when the Chalk Hill label became the first label here, and they've had some superstar winemakers at Chalk Hill throughout the years. David Ramey, well, Rob Cottrell first. He was the first winemaker that they brought in, and he was from Napa's Cuvée Sand, Tom Cottrell, rather, and you know, they made some great Chardonnays and Pinot Noirs at Cuvée Sand, and that was what they were going to start focusing on at Chalk Hill. They also had some Bordeaux varietals planted, and well, it wasn't too long before David Ramey came in 1989, and Ramey, you know, really turned things around. The red wines became much better when Ramey started. And of course, you know, his days at Matanzas Creek, he knew what to do with Chardonnay as well, putting Chalk Hill on the map as one of the top Chardonnay producers in California. They had 4 wines in the top 10 in the top 10 on the Spectator's Top 100 list in the 80s, in the 90s, and you know, one of the only wineries that I know of to do that. And then also the red wines got much better, but it really wasn't until let's see, William Nuttall took over. The red wines really started to improve, and now one of his protégés, Lisa Bishop Forbes, well, she also worked with Ramey at the winery. She started there in 1995. She is making the wines today, and you know, I think these wines are even better than these wines that some of these superstar winemakers of the past used to make. Well, you know, hey, David, we love your wines today, but you know, these guys know more about what they're doing today, and all the wines in California are getting much, much better. And you know, even though they are a little riper, a little more fruit in the wines, they found that, you know, that phonetic ripeness is what you need in these grapes, and that's what these old wines in California did not have. Well, they're still pretty damn good. We've got some older Chalk Hill stuff on this offering, but we've got all the current releases. They make a great Pinot Gris, this 2009, a lot of Asian pear and ripe melon fruit on the nose, ripe flowers, and a little hint of vanilla spice, only 906 packs of this wine produced, lots of juicy fruit on the palate, kind of texture of whole milk, nicely balanced, a hint of oak spice on the finish, lovely freshness, excellent juice. The 2009 Viognier, this wine had lovely lychee nut and white peach fruit, pretty white floral notes, along with some white pepper spice, packing a bit of heat, but wears it well, lovely perfume on the finish, and a slight oily texture like Viognier has, only 280 cases produced. Sauvignon Blanc, one of the things Chalk Hill famous for. We have a great price on this Sauvignon Blanc, $20 for Chalk Hill, ripe melon and green fig-like fruit, notes of pink grapefruit, notes of white flowers, also a little gravelly, minerally nuance, nice concentration and richness on the tongue with a creamy texture, and a nice savoriness on the finish, something we love about Sauvignon Blanc, a little minerality there as well. The Chardonnay, hey, only just a little bit of this 2009 left, ripe, lush, tropical fruit on the nose here, a hint of banana, peach, candied lemon, citrus, a little hint of oak spice and creme caramel, really nice amount of that ripe tropical fruit on the tongue, showing good concentration, lovely balance, and lovely freshness on the end, also some minerality there. The Chalk Hill Estate Red, hey, what happened to the Cabernet Merlot? This is what happened to the Cabernet Merlot, the Estate Red, and this wine is awesome. Black cherry, cassis-like fruit on the nose, toasty oak spice, a blend of Cabernet Malbec, Petit Verdot, Syrah, and Carmenere. I don't see that too often in California, but a nice hand of that floral and sweet herbs showing. Really complex bouquet here. Smooth and silky on the tongue with ripe and round tannins, black cherry fruits, lovely spice and floral notes here as well. And hey, the Botrytis-sized dessert wine, always been a killer from Chalk Hill. A little expensive, but awesome. Check it out. Everything we've got to offer on our Chalk Hill Winery offering today. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.